and happy to introduce our next presenter. We have PHI Group Inc. It trades on the OTC Pink Sheets under the symbol PHIL and focuses on mergers and acquisitions and invests in select industries and special situations that may substantially enhance shareholder value. Pleased to bring our friend, Chairman and CEO, Henry Fahman. Welcome, Henry.
All right. Well, thank you very much for the introduction. And it's a great pleasure to be back with Emerging Growth Conference today and with our audience, our existing shareholders, and also potential shareholders as well. Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, first, I would like to take this opportunity to thank all of you for taking your time to join us on this conference today. And in particular, I would like to thank Chuck and his team, Ryan, Anna, Araceli, and the entire staff and management of Emerging Growth for making it possible for us to come back and continue sharing part of our story with our audience. Some of you are current shareholders of the company, others are new shareholders or potential shareholders, and also the general investment community. And as you know, through its evolution, Emerging Growth has found a niche in identifying companies that can be overlooked by the markets. It looks for strong management, innovation, strategy, execution, and the overall potential for long-term growth. And aside from being a trusted resource for info seekers, it is also well known for discovering undervalued companies and bringing them to the attention of the investing community. Emerging Growth has also the ability to facilitate roadshows, to present products and services of different companies to the most influential investment community and banks in the space. And before going into detail, I would like to reiterate the common safe harbor statement as part of our discussion today. And you know, the discussion in this conference call contain forward-looking statement within the meaning of the Section 21E of the Securities Exchange Act of 1934 as amended, and talking about forward-looking statement that things of the future. It talks about expectation, plans, result, or strategy, and other things that may or may not happen. You know, and there are words like may, future, plan, will, should, etc. So we must be aware of that because there are multiple risks and uncertainties that could cause future circumstances, events, or result to differ materially from those projected in the forward-looking statement as a result of those factors. With that being said, you know, I want to also mention this, and I have mentioned this to our shareholders many times. You know, you can easily lose money speculating or investing in highly speculative nano and small cap stocks. And you need to be very careful that your investment decisions are compatible with your risk tolerance and financial means. And there's a shareholder of the company and who wanted to know, you know, whether he should keep or sell the share. I say, you know, if you want to invest long term, just be patient. But if you want to trade the stock, it's a different story. You can follow the trend and momentum, but it can be very risky. So it's up to the individual to make the decision. The company cannot tell you what to do. And some shareholders, unfortunately, try to get information directly from the company. Sorry, we cannot give private information to any single individual. So if those who have tried to do that, I'm sorry, but please forgive me. We're going to do that. Okay, let's move forward. Some of you already know about the company. Others are new. And there are a lot of information out there, some right, some wrong, but I want to get the facts straight so that you know what you're getting into. PHI Group, the company was established way back in 1982 as a Nevada corporation. At that time, the company was mainly focused on merger and acquisitions and also running some other businesses on a smaller scale. And then it merged with a investment banking company in California and changed to Providential Holdings, and then it changed to PHI Group. At the present, The authorized capital is about 40 billion common shares, 500 million preferred shares, outstanding 25.8 billion common shares, 180,000 Class B Series 1 preferred shares, fiscal year ending June 30. And we're expecting to file the 10K for fiscal year ended June 30, 2020, after close of market today, and then we will move forward to finish up the rest of the queues and get current with the Securities and Exchange Commission. We have a number of subsidiaries which we will go into in some further detail. PHI Global Funds, PHI Luxembourg, PHI Luxembourg Development, PHI Luxembourg Holding, PHI Lux Global General Partner, PHI Lux Capital Advisors, and PHI Vietnam Investment and Development Company. Those are all interrelated and focused on running the bank funds in Luxembourg, and also providing merger and acquisition and consulting advisory services to our clients in Asia, and also globally in other countries as well. And then we have established the holding company for the diamond exchange to be established in Vietnam. We have other subsidiaries like American Pacific Plastics, which acquire Vina Firms. We have American Pacific Resources that is involved in some natural resources and mineral projects, and Vivite Healthcare in the medical and healthcare industry. Our corporate strategy is to build, acquire, and deploy valuable resources with distinctive competitive advantages, and we compete in attractive businesses that have large growing market potential. We create long-term value and provide points of exit for our shareholder and investor through capital appreciation or sale or spin-off of business units. Right now, our main scope of business includes the following: Luxembourg bank funds, the diamond exchange in Asia we are developing and building, and advisory consulting services, merger and acquisition. First, let's talk about the Luxembourg bank funds, because a number of you want to know more detail. Unfortunately, we cannot go into too much detail, but let's give you a framework of what we are about. The fund, the master fund, is called PHI Lux Global Funds. It's a reserve alternative investment fund. It will consist of a number of sub-funds to invest into different industry and sector: real estate, infrastructure, agriculture, energy, healthcare, and education, etc. We go more into that. The fund size right now, preliminary, we have some commitments and also indication of interest, totaling about $1.3 billion. And it's scalable and expected to grow over time, especially when things start moving forward. And we are very fortunate to have Dr. Ben Smith as our fund structuring agent. He's a very, very experienced and has a long track record of establishing over 50 bank funds in Luxembourg, all of them extremely successful and never a failure before. Our fund attorney include DLP Law Firm in Luxembourg, and also VCI Legal in Vietnam, also Duan Morris in Vietnam as well. Fund manager, Hawk Kaufhauser Fund Services out of Luxembourg. Investment advisor, PSI PHI Lux Capital Advisors, which is our subsidiary that handle the M&A and also investment advisory services. As you can see, our fund is registered with RCS in Luxembourg last year with the Grand Duchy of Luxembourg, and probably about a few weeks earlier, BlackRock also set up a REF fund in Luxembourg as well, as you see highlighted. So it's a very, I mean, prominent. It's a very well-credentialed establishment as a bank fund. It's just not a regular private equity fund. And this is how the fund is organized. And you can see PHI Group, the parent company, owns PHI Luxembourg Development SA, and in turn, PHI Luxembourg Development owns PHI Global General Partner, and then PHI Global General Partner owns the management share of the master fund, which is PHI Global Funds. And on the other side, PHI Luxembourg Development SA also own 100% of PHI Lux Holding, with own 100% of the participation shares in the sub-fund or a sub-fund, in this case, the real estate sub-fund. But then we may invite other partners to join us as well. And that's how it's organized. And I can see this is more elaborate structure. We have PSI Group owning the PHI Lux real estate sub-fund, for example. It can be energy, can be it can be agriculture, it can be healthcare, education, etc. The structure is similar, and then the international investor will participate directly into the sub fund, and this is the PHI Lux Global Funds, which is the master fund we own. It provides the legal framework for other sub funds to be created, and you can see here. I'm sorry, the slide a little bit small, but you can see we have all the professional service providers to support us with register and transfer agent, tax advisor, editors, Ernst & Young as our international auditor in Vietnam. Ernst & Young also audits our books in Vietnam as well. And we also have hired Cushman Wakefield to be our asset valuator for project, excuse me, in Vietnam. And Hochhauser, beside being the customer bank, which on the bank side also is our ref fund manager. So it's the complete organization, everything's in place. Yeah, and we're ready to move forward. And our industry focus, as mentioned, initially will be real estate together with infrastructure. Our real estate fund will focus on first building the ADE, Asia Diamond Exchange, and also we'll also work on the infrastructure side. Excuse me 1 second, I need to get some water. Thank you very much. And Vietnam alone, we need total investment of over $600 billion to meet 83% of its infrastructure development goals by 2040. We believe we can be a participant in this opportunity going forward, not only to help the country and also to provide investment opportunities for our investors and also for us as well, And I'm not going to have too much time left, so I may have to go fast through some of the slides here, like the investment philosophy. We want to look for growth and value-dependent investment judgment, investment ideas, equity selection, market inefficiency, and we develop our own localized investment theme together with the globalization development mindset. And we can add value through transformation of investing companies, and we advocate exit strategy through liquidity enhancement and global expansion. We are quite well connected with the global markets, capital markets, and we can also assist investing companies in that regard as well. Idea generation and process is typical. We have to have investment idea that are superior compared to our peers in the region. We don't want to be proud or self-consider anything, but we do have some very special project and also opportunities under our belt. Research and due diligence, investment team review, investment execution, and monitoring and exit opportunity. And we will go through this a little bit quickly because we don't have much time. Some of this we will leave the slides so you can have them. Investment targets, but we have to be mindful of major risk factors in running a fund. Operational risk, funding risk, liquidity risk, market risk capitalists. Those are inherent in any fund business, and together with other micro economic fluctuation as well. And sometimes the shocks, just like the COVID thing, things that are beyond our control, but we must be mindful of that. Yeah. And then what is exciting, is the Asia Diamond Exchange. That some of you have heard about it a little bit, not much, but I think from now going forward, we'll begin to unfold things that will be happening, and you'll be able to see the kind of value we can bring to the table, not only for our shareholders, but also for other stakeholders in the marketplace. Talking about the diamond market, we have a lot of participants, miners, midstream, rough traders, coaters and polishers, jewelry manufacturers and retailers, and also the financiers behind all these people and components to make it possible. And right now we have major exchange and diamond exchanges in the world, like Antwerp, like Tel Aviv. Antwerp, like 2019 turnover was roughly about $37 billion, about 1,500 companies, 350, 3,500 brokers and merchant and diamond cutters, a very large force. And Tel Aviv, and then we have Hong Kong, Shanghai, we have Mumbai as well. But why an Asia Diamond Exchange? This will be the first and unique in the entire Far East region, in the Southeast Asia and that part of the Asia hemisphere. There's never been a rough diamond exchange established there, but the growing market is in that region for the several decades, and even many decades to come. As we can see, it is to be established in the free trade zone, open economic zone, potential to become a near pass-through and key player for rough and polished diamond trade. And it's a prime convenient location. It's near an international airport. It can be a one-stop shop solution by combining trade and processing industry in one free zone. And we have the potential of building the first ever lab-grown diamond exchange as well. It's part of our ambition. An extensive commodity flux in the diamond sector, tax relief to corporate and personal participant. And our aim is to have about 2,700 companies register in the exchange within the next 4 years. Why Vietnam? Vietnam is one of the fastest growing countries in the world. If you follow the news, and it's a tremendous location and a center for us to be situated. Young, hardworking workforce. Labor and cost very competitive, and FDI environment very friendly, and there increase in FDI inflows through the years, and numerous attractive investment opportunities for companies not only in our sector. And so our model, we follow the CMCC, the DMCC, Dubai Multiple Commodity Center in Dubai. So we will have the CMCC and ADE. Like the Dubai DMCC. Actually, our senior advisor and expert in this was responsible for building, orchestrating the construction, organizing, and establishment of the Dubai Diamond Exchange 2004 and the next few years. And now it has become a tremendous success. We are so fortunate to have this gentleman with us, and you will know him later. We are not going to talk too much about this, but without him, it's almost impossible to gather and organize something like this. And we have a AD task force is responsible for setting up policy, decrees, rules, and regulation for the exchange, administrative office, company registration and trade licensing, construction of infrastructure, compound building, temporary offices, establish an extensive financial support network to facilitate international diamond trades and even other businesses, construct a global commodity platform where different commodities can be traded as well. And the task force includes a lot of participants in it. Of course, our fund is primary in organizing this, where the provincial government, July Open Economic Zone, Office of the Prime Minister, Finance, Planning, Investment, Trade, in industry, public security, and all those. We have to be involved. So yeah, I'm looking at our time here, so we wouldn't want to run over time. So our plan is within the next month and a half, our team will have to come back to Vietnam, and we'll start working to get the temporary offices set up, and also we have already started, yesterday, but we've been working on it for the last 3.5 years. So most of the planning has been done. We just need to hit the ground and get things going. But it's going to be very exciting time going forward from here. So we have to construct the building, establish financial facility network, and we start the CMCC and ADE trading in 2022. And then we will expand gradually, just like what happened in Dubai over the years as well. Dubai has built 200-hectare Dubai Multiple Commodity Center. We're mirroring their success, and for Asia, for that region. Location, which will be in the July Open Economic Zone, 240 hectares in central Vietnam. And the structure will be ADE processed, and a rough diamond training center, and multi-commodity process international finance center, also residential areas and facilities, amenities as well. That's the picture of the open economic zone of the project area. And that's the 240 hectares close to the airport here. It's about probably about less than 2 kilometers, from the airport. Very, very convenient. There's no other diamond exchange in the world that has this kind of proximity to an international airport. We're quite unique. And we did a site survey a while back at the site with our international team. We're looking at the map, looking at the area way back then. It was a meeting with the chairman of Quảng Nam province, where the project will be located. And of course, the product and services, as we have mentioned earlier. And how do we make money, from this? We will be from operating service-based revenues, rent revenue, and also revenue from additional activities as well. And but of course, a diamond exchange is not easy to establish. I believe there's no other company in the U.S. or anywhere that is doing this. We are the only company that's doing the diamond exchange, the first ever for Asia. And in order to be able to do that, we have to have a supply, ample supply. We have to have capital. We have to have participants. We have to have a venue that is convenient and competitive compared to other existing diamond exchanges in the world in terms of modern facility, latest technology, and state-of-the-art provisions, tax relief, financial facility network from big investor, retail banking, and all those things. We have to be extremely competitive. And very, very fortunately, our partner and advisor and project manager, international project manager, has been able to orchestrate, coordinate all these things to make it happen. It's not easy, ladies and gentlemen. It's one of its kind. It's not once in a lifetime, but in many lifetimes, because once we get this, there's no other rough diamond exchange in Asia. We are the only one, and we're so fortunate. It's not because of my old wisdom or intelligence, anything. I believe it's the work of God. It's not myself. So I cannot be proud or cannot be take credit for it. I'm just trying to do the best I can. And Asia Diamond Exchange, the comparison of average market price and services, fees, and taxes between other exchanges in Antwerp, Dubai, Hong Kong, Israel, India, and Asia Diamond Exchange. It stands out as the top most advantageous exchange for businesses to locate and operate in. So it's the right choice and right location to address and resolve that ministry business many challenges and obstacles. Our other services like advisory, consultancy services, merchant acquisition, we spun up one of our subsidiary before and got listed to NASDAQ. We also listed a company we own on the Frankfurt Stock Exchange before. We also help list one company in Vietnam, Cavico Corporation, in the U.S., and they ended up trading a NASDAQ, but they couldn't keep up with the audit and so forth. But so we have other services besides our main major initiatives, the bank funds and Asia Diamond Chain. We also have other services, other businesses that are going on right now that we also create value for the company. But something we have also started working on, we have announced to the market, anything yet is still too early, but we are not forgetting, we do not ignore the decentralized financial system, like fintech, deluxe fund, diamond, crypto fund, those things we have been working on, but it's too early to share with you in much more detail. I think because of time limit, and I will have to stop here. And we have a very resilient management team committed to create long-term sustainable value for the company and its shareholders. And our major initiative, the Luxembourg bank funds and Asia Diamond Chain, are expected to be major contributors to the company revenue growth and profitability in the near and long term. And other initiatives like fintech and crypto areas may also accelerate pace of expansion as well. And before any question, I want to share with you a couple of verses from the Bible, because I'm a believer in God, and I believe there's no wisdom, no insight, no plan that can succeed against God. The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory rests with the Lord. It's from Proverbs 22, verse 30. And in James 4, verse 15, if it is the Lord's will, if it is God's will, we will live and do this or that. And then sometimes we can be self-conceited, arrogant, and proud of ourselves. No, we cannot. I am a instrument to execute, to fulfill the mission that has been assigned, been delegated to me. But I'm nobody. I need the help of everybody, of our shareholders, the support of the investment community, and all the major participants to make this a success, not only for PHI, but also for everyone, for our shareholders, for all the stakeholders, for the benefits of society in general as well. And that's my commitment. So I want to stop here because time is running out, and I'll be glad to take a few questions. Thank you very much for
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Great presentation. And thank you for that. We do have a lot of questions, but we are out of time. I will ask one question, and then you're just going to have to join us at our next conference. Okay, Henry, this is coming from a viewer. He's saying you have star status with many of your shareholders, given that you are a trusted and forward-thinking leader. Also, considering how many facets encompass the PHI group, many shareholders want to continue to see you in control for many years to come to add to the stability and growth. Could you address your expectations about the future length of your tenure at the helm of the PHI group?
Well, I cannot go anywhere yet. I have to finish my job, my task. It's my commitment to our shareholders, you know, and there's a saying in the Bible, God who has started the good works in you will continue to bring it to finish. And I am here. I'm totally committed to make it happen for our shareholders and the investment community and all stakeholders involved.
Good. Well, thank you so much, Henry. We look forward to you joining us at our next conference, and thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for making it happen possible, and thank you all our shareholders, audience, and our patient investment community. Thank you so much.